So basically this project all started with Demas gave us Blender and said make a monster. He taught us how to extrude things and make a shape different than the original shape. And we had to make the monster dance.
Someone, I think it was Julianne, pitched the idea of like, hey, what if we did like a little show with these monsters? And we were like, okay, we have enough time, I think. We could make a TV show in 2 months.
I put a pitch together, a slideshow, explaining each episode, how each episode would lay out.
And we recorded our voices. So we did that first before we even started animating.
Action.
Whistle.
Carter here, at your service.
So my name is Reese. I play Carter in the episode. I also edited episode number 2. At first I was like, I'm not gonna enjoy this project. I just agreed because the whole class did, but I'm gonna make sure I enjoy it. And because I had that attitude, I loved this project. I couldn't see myself doing anything other than that.
And then you guys make sure you don't laugh. That was like an elephant. Okay, let's try again. Quiet on set.
What's the plan today, Gabby?
Hi, my name is Max McCabe, and I was Ben in the film. 3D modeling was kind of new to me, but because I've worked with Unreal, but I haven't worked with Blender. So I was going into this like, oh, I'm gonna be so locked in because Unreal and Blender are doing the same. They're not.
I am the creator of Gabby, and I made her in Blender. She just started off as a cube. I took the cube and I stretched her out and I made her more of a box shape with rounded edges. I took a screw, like little thing, I don't even know what it's called, and I made her little antlers out of a cylinder. Her arms are also cubes that I just extruded. She's just basically a shape and with a bunch of shapes attached to it.
So I just really started with basic shapes, extruding the edges and stuff like that to make a basic monster shape. I created a Carter, I created Patrick's room, and I also created the living room as well.
And the whole animating process was a lot harder with the keyframing and everything. When you look at it and when you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh, I could do that, that was so easy. And then when you're actually behind the scenes, you're like, yo, this is a lot.
We used a software called Mixamo. You basically upload your character from Blender and you put it into Mixamo, and it basically does the animation for you.
Everything you do in Mixamo is an in-place like movement, so you have to keyframe the character from being on one side of the frame to the next side, which is very tedious, but it's fun.
So one moment in my episode that I'm proud of is when they're all in the call room and the camera is moving around through Ben's point of view. Even though it wasn't that tricky of a shot, it's got a lot of movement in it, so I like it. I would say at first it was really tricky to learn, especially like doing the proper shots and the camera movements and keyframes. But after a little while, I got the hang of it.
I don't want to say blood, sweat, and tears, but like we put a lot of time and effort into this. I think I was going crazy at some point when I was keyframing the same shot like 15 times and I was like, please just walk. And then, you know, it's just like, it really is a testament of you need to be ready to put into something if you want it to be as great as you want it to be.
Once we started actually making the episodes themselves and I was working in Blender, the entire class just came to life.
The music and the sound effects just add so much to it. In the process in itself, that wasn't easy either. Like, sure, we had like the keyboard to help us with the instruments and stuff, but it's still me and Demas sitting in a soundproof room, just pressing keys until it works. We're like, do we want an oboe for this one, or does a trumpet sound better?
You go to school to be taught some information. That does definitely happen. But really the goal is more to turn you into somebody who can learn information, period, no matter where you're at. Whether you have teachers available to you or not. I hope that the impact that the students get from this project is just thinking, I have an idea and I break it down into what needs to happen, including things I don't know. I can learn how to do that thing and I can finish it.
Something I took away from this project is time management. Even outside of this class and in school, you can't actually animate something and make it look good if you procrastinate.
Thanks for watching Mystery Monsters.
And for UT out.
Woo!